Hello everyone! In this tutorial I will be showing you how to make a mask for your doll. This tutorial works for any size doll. So let's get started. First, you're going to start by wrapping your doll in a towel to protect them. This is important, especially if they are not waterproof. And now we're going to start on the paper mache. Start by getting a small bowl and putting some glue in. This is the brand I use and it works very well. Next, you're going to add a little bit of water. There are no measurements for this, but don't worry, it doesn't matter too much. Next, you're going to rip up paper into small pieces. I used printer paper, and add it to the bowl and just start mixing it. Now we are going to begin using the paper mache. So first you're going to cover your doll with some plastic wrap to protect them. Make sure you put it all around their head, and you don't need any breathing holes. You do not want any holes that the water could get in. And then just start gently placing it on. It's going to not stick very well at first, but it'll get a little bit better as you go on. Now I am brushing some glue on, and then I'm going to begin the next layer. Here it is done, and I did 3 to 4 layers. I recommend doing more as my mask came out pretty bendy. So if you want your mask to be bendable, that's fine, but if you don't, I recommend doing 10 layers. Maybe like 10 to 15. And when it's dry, you can go ahead and peel the plastic wrap off, and it should come off like really easily. Here's how it looks before cutting out the eye holes and shaping it. And here's how it looks after. You can totally come up with your own eye pattern and just be unique with it. Now we're going to make the ears. Thick cardboard is too thick, so I'm using a cereal box. Start by cutting out the shape of the ear you want. Next, you're going to cut a long strip. The size does not matter, and then just glue it around the edge of the ears like this. Now let's begin felting the mask. I like to start at the bridge of the nose here, it makes it a lot easier. And just put the felt over the mask and slowly press down. Because the mask is so small, it makes it a lot easier to felt. After doing the nose bridge, I'm going to glue the forehead. I'm starting on the right side and then I'll do the left side. Remember to press the felt down firmly on the glue so you do not get any wrinkles. Here I am doing the bottom left side, and then I will finish off with doing the right side. Now you can begin cutting off all the extra felt. I recommend leaving a half an inch around the whole mask, but it really depends on how big the mask is. If you have a really small mask, you might just want to leave a little bit. Here's how it looks on the outside. Now you can begin folding over the sides. Start with a little bit of glue so you don't burn yourself. I recommend making a small cut here by the mouth. It'll help form the shape a little bit better. It's just going to be a little bit easier. And there we go, we're all done with the felting part. You can see my mask is a little bit bendy, and I think it works pretty well though. Now we're going to cut the part for the eyes. I recommend making a small slit. It makes it a lot easier because the eyes are very small. Now just add a little bit of glue all around and fold over the sides with your finger. Please be very careful with this part though, you don't want to get burned. I'm a little bit used to the glue, so if I get burned a little bit it doesn't bother me that much, but just be very careful. And there we go, the base is complete. You can get out your doll and make sure it fits them. Here I'm trying it on my doll and I think it fits her very well, so I'm ready to start decorating. Alright, let's begin on the ears. First, take your ear that you made earlier with the cardboard and fill it with glue, like this, and then you're going to take the felt and put it on and press it. Make sure to glue down the sides as well. And here I'm just cutting off the extra and gluing it over the back. Alright, this is how it looks when it's all done. This is the mask that I am copying. It's my own mask that I designed and I am making one for my doll. So I made 4 ears and now I'm just gluing them on. Alright, let's begin on the fur. I recommend using long strips of fur and no real shapes or anything. Just long strips work very well, especially for small masks. Here I am cutting off the long strip that I want to use. So now I have cut it into smaller pieces and I'm going to begin placing it on the mask. I'll put it wherever I want and then I'll trim the fur later. Here it is with all the fur on, and this actually took so long, oh my goodness. And this is how it looks after coloring the fur, and I'll put up the markers that I like to use. These are really good markers for coloring fur and they work very well. Oh, and one last thing to remember is that your doll actually doesn't need to see out of the mask, so if you want you can just use a piece of paper instead of eye mesh. Happy mask making!